Hello, hello, hello. Welcome, everyone. Thanks so much for joining. This is Aluminum Tower, as always. Thanks for your time, energy, effort that you have put into the YouTube channel. I really, really appreciate you guys showing up and showing out. And from the bottom of my heart, I always like to say, starting this channel back up again. It's been a lot of hard work, but I'm trying to make this move a bit further and further upwards. So again, as always, thank you. We're going to do a spread today for the summer solstice. Today is that day, and it's the time in which the sun is the brightest and lasts the longest in the day. So it's kind of like a bit of a it's similar to like the winter solstice when the sun shines for the brightest period in the year for like 3 days, or it shines for the brightest period in the winter for like 3 days. Symbolizing the resurrection of Christ, and then a few other things like I would even say the resurrection of Horus as well, or the resurrection of Osiris rather. And there's a lot of mythology that's pervaded throughout the years, but a lot of people oftentimes use this as a way to symbolize renewal, regeneration, um, coming today. In the ancient Egyptian system, I like to refer, they normally refer to it as Pertim Heru, which means come today. And it represents the will, shining the brightest that it can, activating that solar plexus energy. And in essence, everyone from the Celts to ancient African traditions, Indian Ayurvedic medicine have all celebrated the summer solstice as a kind of day where, we shine the brightest, we learn how to regenerate and to renew ourselves, despite all that we've been through. And additionally, it's a humility aspect to it as well, because after that period, that's when the sun begins to wane in its power and influence. So it goes from the highest peak down into, the winter time where we get to that winter solstice. So, that said, if you like this channel, please be sure to give a like, share, and subscribe. Please also ding that notification bell so that you don't miss the updates from future postings. And additionally, if you would like a reading with me that is in tune with your specific energies, feel free to give me a reach out at the information provided in the description box below. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to pull one card here from the Moonology Oracle, not quite the sun, but can give us a general insight. And then I'm going to post some cards around here similar to the Hope and Healing spread, and talk about how you're going to shine the brightest in your life moving forward from here on out. So it's almost like a New Year's resolution, but this is a message for anyone who needs to hear it. All signs are included. And if it resonates with you, again, just please feel free to support the channel in any way possible. So I'm going to go ahead and pull a spread, a card, maybe two at the most, from the Moonology spread, or the deck rather, and see what our overall and overarching message is for this period. All right. All right. What is the overarching message for the summer solstice? Summer solstice. I was reading also that summer solstice means soul, sun. Stis means stasis, which is standing still. So that's what the period in which the sun seems to be at its kind of standstill in the sky. It's really bright. It's kind of like the Nordic summer times, which I've experienced once before, and it's absolutely mental. So we have two cards. I'm going to put into Surrender to the Divine. This is the full moon. But here's the kicker. We have Show the World the Real You, and that is precisely what the sun is all about. So this is full moon in Aquarius. We have a full moon at the bottom of the deck. We have a full moon in Aquarius. So although it may not be directly tied to Aquarius sun sign, it is definitely about being your most authentic, fulfilling self that you can be. And that is exactly why we renew ourselves during this summer solstice period. We want to authenticate ourselves. We want to make sure that we are showing the world our best and brightest. And so, leaving on that, worked out perfectly the way these cards came out. They did. I'm going to go ahead and pull 6 cards and talk a little bit about how you are going to shine in this period. Tell me, my collective, how will the collective shine in this period? How will the collective shine for the summer solstice? What summer solstice message have you got for the collective today? What summer solstice message would you like to give to the collective today? All right. Thumb thimble on, locked and loaded. Let's do this. All right. First card. First card. All right. That is the moon. Ironically, we have taken from the moonology. I'm going to put that one back. I only want to take the cards that have revealed themselves in full. Second card. There we go. Ace of Pentacles. Beautiful. Third card. Yeah, it's a lot. We have the Six of Wands. Okay, I guess we have all of our. Maybe we've got all of our other cards. I don't know if I want to take all the rest of them. I know the Six of Wands definitely pulled out. I'll put these 2 cards to the side, see what else comes out. Okay, King of Swords in the reverse. Ten of Wands. Last but not least. Last but not least. Okay. All right. I'm going to take that in the upright. Something's telling me because we have 2 tens here. Bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Wands. Yep, not mistaken. That's Six of Wands? No, it's the Six of Swords. Okay. So let's go ahead. We'll look at this first card. At the bottom of the deck, we have the Six of Swords. We have a very dark, nebulous kind of area here with 6 swords left at the bottom here. And at the very top, you have this rainbow. And typically what happens, it almost appears like it's raining down on these swords. And this tells us after the darkest period in our lives, that's when the rainbow appears to give us an offering of peace. And that is to show us that brighter days are ahead. Because the sun, thinking of the summer solstice, pierces through the rainbow, through the rain clouds, the mist and everything, and that refracts, good grief, cannot speak today, the light, and allows us to, see the multicolor rainbow in the distance. And so that is telling us that, there's a new dawn ahead and that there are brighter times appearing and coming into our lives. And that's going to be very, very important. Now, I'm keeping these 2 cards for some reason because 2 sevens came out. We have the Seven of Wands, and then we have the Seven of Cups. So it's almost like you're fighting for the things that mean the most to you in your life. And I think that it's important for you to have that energy, the wherewithal, in order to reach that goal that you've set for yourself. And you may feel tired at times because you feel like you've had to fight for a lot of things that you have wanted to materialize in your life. And this is giving you, something to set your eyes on, something to set your sights on, because you have this 1 wand here fighting against all the other 6 of wands. So it's like after that victory that you've received with the Six of Wands here, we're going to get more into the symbolism of this too as well, because I love the symbolism in this deck. It's absolutely incredible. We then do go into the Seven of Cups. Sorry, after we have the Six of Wands here, we go to the seventh one, which is defending that victory against other people who would take that from you. So you may have felt that your life is a bit of a struggle. You may have felt that it's been a very challenging and taxing time, but defending that position has allowed for these new options to come into your life. And this is very, very important because the Seven of Cups indicates that you have multiple options available to you. These are the things that you are materializing. So some people in the manosphere, would say that you spin plates in order to get the best options to rise to the top. And that's in essence what you're doing, but at a scale which you're looking at your life and how you can materialize all of those options, bringing to the top the best ones for you. And then you can finally move forward after selecting the proper ones that you would decide to, gestate even further. So, this is very interesting read because, it's the build up going into the summer solstice when you feel that, you're shining brighter and brighter and brighter despite all of the difficulties. And I know that in the UK, the weather has been absolute shit for quite some time, but it's now starting to break through. There were 20 degrees, now 21 degrees today. I decided to go for an even further bike ride after, you know, um, my appointments and everything I had to do today. And for me, it was quite amazing because it was just a good chance to just explore and go around and practice not looking at the maps all the time and stuff. So for me, that it's like that period, that build up to now we can finally enjoy that beautiful sunshine. Now, first card that we've got here is the Six of Wands. This is why I'm going to go from Six of Wands, Seven of Wands. This Six of Wands card actually speaks about transforming yourself through the Five of Wands. After that long, hearty battle that you faced in the recent past, you're now at the Six of Wands, you've gone through your chrysalis, and you are emerging a beautiful butterfly. And that blue color highlighted on the gray around you, the blue is a sign of wisdom. This is a color that's been connected to Thor. It's connected to Aquarius in some ways with the electric blue as well. So it kind of goes into our full moon in Aquarius kind of spread or central message here in the moonology. So it's that illumination that's coming in. It's that kintsugi methodology and that medicine that I like to talk so much about, where it's like you've been broken in the past, but you fought and persisted throughout that and allowed yourself to emerge from your chrysalis, your cocoon, and receive that victory out from the Five of Swords, the Five of Wands into the Six of Wands. And that is the beauty of how you are growing and developing yourself. So give yourself a round of applause if you have actually managed to do this in your life and this resonates with you, because it's important that you celebrate those victories, even if it's just you alone, and doing something special for yourself that would allow you to actually realize how much progress that you've made in your life. The next one we've got is the King of Swords. Now, the King of Swords can be, in essence, a person who is a narcissist. Will just come out flat and say that. This could be someone that was in your life or that is no longer in your life. If you had to deal with an air sign, normally the King of Swords is an Aquarius. Can also be a Libra, Gemini. In the upright, it's typically someone who is a mastermind. They're very powerful strategist. They're someone who works in the military. They're very cold and detached, but they're able to communicate themselves clearly to people. In the reverse, it's someone that is a dick, an absolute proper bell end. And this is someone who uses their words to hurt, uses their words to manipulate and to gaslight people, causes discord amongst people who don't deserve it. And so maybe this is a person that you've had in your life, but think about why it's come up in this spread. Now we look at this and we say to ourselves, yes, I experienced this person. I actually want to give thanks that I encountered this person because they're the ones that are helping me to celebrate this victory. They're the ones that have been called into my life. And through the lessons that I've learned from this person, I have been able to grow and develop as a much stronger spiritual being, but additionally, a person who has, in essence, conquered my own insecurities, conquered my own shortcomings, my own devil energy. Whatever tied me to this Father of Swords in the reverse in the past had to be vanquished in myself, not simply just getting rid of this person and they're gone and now I can focus on other people. The person is reflecting what you have experienced in yourself. Since we're dealing with the moon here, full moon in Aquarius, that person helped you to become your more authentic self. So there's something that you should again celebrate. They cracked you open. They poured forth that kintsugi method, medicine, and they allowed you to become your more authentic self. That's the full moon in Aquarius. Again, what we're talking about here with the central message. Next, we're going into the Ace of Pentacles. So we have the Ace of Pentacles. After this period, you're going to move into a period where we do start to see that rainbow, especially in our work and career. Normally, it indicates that you are going to have a new kind of job opportunity, new perspective thing that you can do, new kind of studying, something very pragmatic. And it's a situation that must be grasped because all aces must be taken and utilized. And a sword is offered to you with the Ace of Swords, a wand is offered at the Ace of Wands. The Ace of Pentacles is a hand stretched out and showing them that there is a new opportunity available. And the Ace of Cups is a situation where you may have someone flirting with you, or you have found something that you're deeply passionate about. You have to grasp that energy in order to take it. Even when you look at this card, you see at the core, it's almost like the sun is there looking at us. And it's looking at this felled tree. We see that despite the tree being completely gone, sorry, I'm just going to adjust my headphones. Despite this tree being completely gone, what we notice is that there is a life force still burning within it. And you still have these seeds germinating around it. So you have these leaves coming out of this felled tree. And this is something very powerful that I like to look at. The symbolism within the cards that resonate with the message itself. For example, you have gone through so much in your life where you have felt that everyone has been trying to cut you down. That Father of Swords in the reverse has felled the tree that is you. You were growing at your own pace, and it seemed that life, even if life represents this Father of Swords in the reverse, even when you are knocked down, you still burn bright with the life force of the universe, and you have still managed to continue growing and evolving and elevating yourself despite all of the chaos that has surrounded you over the last few months. And we especially had to deal with something like that in the period from February to May, which was a very tough time, especially in my life. But it also woke me up to the way that I could turn my life around and make better progress with the things that I wanted to accomplish. And within yourself, you have that life force energy. It's you listening to the universe. It's the life force that burns bright within you, no matter what happens to your physical body. And that is the new opportunity that will allow you to receive your new abundance. And now it's time for you to plant that seed and let it grow, germinate, and to develop into something real. So taking a class, getting back into school, taking the new job, starting a business, things connected to the material and the practical world, those are going to be things that will come into your life that you do have to take advantage of when they arrive. So that's a very lovely message there. We're going to go into the next one. We have card number 18. This is before the sun. So we're looking at a before message. Before the sun can shine, There must be rain, there must be sorrow. That's the moon represented here. There we go. We have our neighborhood Rev Bomber. Anyways, the moon shines here, and we have 1 plus 8 is 9. 18, 1 plus 8 is 9. That moves us into kind of a hermit energy, in essence, where we are having to trust our intuition. The hermit holds the lantern of the star to guide itself into understanding, wisdom, and enlightenment. That is kintsugi all over again. And basically, with the moon, what we see here, you have had to go into a period of isolation, not knowing what's going on with your life. You may have lost a job, you may have lost someone important to you, someone very special. You may have even lost your way. You may have even lost yourself or pieces of yourself, dealing with the challenges that life has thrown you. But what you're doing now is you're coming back to best, using your inner guidance system, your intuition, to lead you throughout the forest that is the moon. Often when we're walking in a forest, we don't know which direction we're going, but the moon's light can guide us, even though it can be a bit scary or frightening at times. And that's what that symbolizes. The moon, in one essence, there's a light side and there's a dark side of the moon, Pink Floyd, whatever you want to call it. But on the dark side, it can represent fears, insecurities, worries, things that you think about that lead to anxiety, paranoia, and that. But it can also lead to illumination, wisdom, inner guidance. It can lead you to intuition, which pulls you out of those fears and insecurities and then brings you back into a better place, because that after the moon leads to the sun, which we are talking about the summer solstice as well. So we look at that message, and it's a very powerful message there. You have used your intuition to help you get over this very dark, difficult period in your life that has held you back for so long. And you're going to shine more and more is as long as you continue to keep doing that, keep using that inner radar. That's going to help, guide you into, the next career opportunity, the next kind of relationship that you would like to think about. And there will always be choices that you need to make with that. But using your inner guidance system, using that inner wisdom and that intuition is going to be the main thing that allows you to achieve and accomplish that. So, moving right along, we now have two tens. We have the Ten of Pentacles, we have the Ten of Wands. I'm going to read these together, actually. For some reason, universe is telling me to do that. Okay, we'll read it quickly separately and then together. There's a message together with this. We look at the Ten of Pentacles, and we see that we have wanted to build some kind of stability in our lives that is going to give us a legacy, not just earning a sum of money, but a full legacy where we can show this to the world externally. This represents Capricorn in many ways. It can represent Taurus and Virgo, but Capricorn is the kind of like the apotheosis of the legacy that you leave in this world. And that's represented by the 10th house. That's why the 10th house is such. It's where we focus our energies and our drives to build something of lasting outward influence upon this, that we impress upon the world. So in this, we talked a little bit about the rainbow, the bottom of the deck, and here's that rainbow once again, encircling the Ten of Pentacles. And that's how this kind of tarot is beautiful when it comes out, and there's a resonance where there's a synchronicity between the cards. And today's a good reading day. I'm really happy about that. When I read about love messages, it just goes completely, it goes completely to ruin and to shit, sometimes, because people's energies when it comes to love and romance readings can be extremely chaotic. I want to bring us away from that energy. I did give it a go yesterday, but I do want to get away from that, is your ex coming back? Who's the next person coming in? It's not really important. Your soul's growth is the most important thing. So looking back into this, there is a halo of the rainbow. The sun is now shining on your legacy, and it's being highlighted by the rainbow surrounding the Ten of Pentacles. Your family life, your stability, all of those things that you hold sacred, that you have worked really hard for, and that has allowed you to build yourself up to this echelon of, you know, happiness, stability, outward success. It's kind of like those Six of Wands manifesting in the material. And that is a very powerful thing to think about. We look at the Ten of Wands. Yes, it's been extremely difficult to have all of this, take place. And what we do is we look at how life has been difficult, where you have had to push and keep pushing and keep going in order to reach the end, because nothing good comes easy. If it's easy to hook up with someone, and here's something I'll stress: hookup culture, things of that nature, easy money, things like that. If you get something easy, it can easily be taken away from you. There's no effort to solidify that. And the beauty of it is that when you have to, not always struggle for something, but when you work hard for something and then it develops, it takes shape, then it has usually more permanence. Fleeting passion, fleeting money, fleeting ideas that don't withstand the test of time are eroded by time. Sic transit gloria mundi, as I always say. All worldly things are transitory. And everything within this world, including ourselves, they are transitory. But throughout the course of our life, from birth to death, we're in that Ten of Wands where we're manifesting and materializing a soul that has evolved into something greater. So by the time we have died, we are like being born under a new soul. So for me, this is something that I always teach. The human body is the placenta of the soul. And I'm not sure where else I've heard that, but I have heard that from other, spiritual advisors and so on. But the body is the placenta of the soul. It is what ties and tethers us to the great mother of the universe, the matrix, the holy matrix. And what that does is that allows us to germinate and gestate through our experiences in our connection to the physical world. When we shed that placenta, our soul can be liberated and freed, and it grows under new rules, regulations, and circumstances. It has evolved itself through that physical interaction with the rest of the universe. And that is the Ten of Wands to me, and what the summer solstice is all about. We also talked about Ra, piloting its chariot over the earth, and it comes at midday. That's that summer solstice period before it goes back down into the earth. It's a struggle to get to that point, but when you read the two of these together, you're building that legacy, which is taking blood, sweat, and tears. You have faced insurmountable obstacles to get to where you are. You have lost. You have had things taken away from you that you thought would be permanent. But nevertheless, you're here. You've made it this far. You have something to celebrate. You have conquered your enemy. Now something new is coming in. You have used your intuition to guide you throughout this entire process. And you have these two tens. 10 plus 10 is 20. That's two, number two. And number two is the high priestess, actually. And in the major arcana. Two is also a card of duality. You've been able to manage to keep that balance between the ebb and flow of life. That has allowed you to navigate and maneuver all of the different challenges. 10 plus 10 is also 20, which is judgment. And judgment comes right after the world. So you're nearly at the point where the universe is grading your homework and letting you know whether or not you can graduate and make it to 21. 21's 1 plus, 2 plus 1 is 3. That's the Empress, being fully abundant, and being able to make it here in your glory and also your splendor of all the things that you have attracted into your life. So that's a lot of verbal spillage, a lot of verbal diarrhea that I've given you right now. I hope it's been tolerable, but thank you so much for this summer solstice message. I've really enjoyed this. I love getting into the deep Jungian psychology of a lot of the different kinds of symbolism and things that we talk about on this channel. I don't like the banal or the mundane as much. I like to get into the more, deep rooted kind of, messages that can really help shed light on what's going on in our spirit. So I'm going to leave it there. Thanks so much for joining. I really, really appreciate your time and attention. If you like what you see here, please be sure to give a like, share, subscribe, ding that notification bell so that you don't miss any updates from this channel. And additionally, if you would like a personal reading with me, feel free to reach out to me at the information provided in the description box below, and I would be more than happy to give you a reading that resonates with your energy. Thanks so much. Please enjoy the summer solstice. I know that some I'm not going to use that word. Some really stupid people decided to spray Stonehenge, but if you're in the area, that is a wonderful place to see the summer solstice when the sun begins to set. Thanks again. Enjoy, and love and light.